If you are keeping up with all the new things going around with the world of space currently, then you surely know that all the big space organizations around the world are really into figuring out the red planet of our solar system, Mars. NASA, the biggest space organization, is spending billions of taxpayer dollars to explore this planet and find more about it. Opportunity was the second of the two rovers launched in 2003 to land on Mars and begin traversing the red planet in search of signs of ancient water. NASA solely spent around $400 million for this rover to touch the red ground of the supposedly next destination of Earthlings. After 15 years of service, this rover finally bid adieu with quite some last images. Quite a performance. Opportunity is the longest-lived roving robot ever sent to another planet. Explored the red plains of Mars for more than 14 years, snapping photos and revealing astonishing glimpses into its distant past. When you hear the fact that the golf cart-sized rover was designed to last only 3 months in the harsh environment of Mars, it can be really amusing. It proved itself to be an unexpected endurance athlete. It traveled more than the distance of a marathon, when less than half a mile would have counted as a success. It also changed the paradigm for how to explore a planet. Instead of a lander studying a single spot, a rover let scientists head to the most promising places. One job: find water. Opportunity wasn't all alone on Mars, to be honest. It had its clone sister, Spirit. Spirit and Opportunity launched separately in the summer of 2003, kicking off the Mars Exploration Rover mission, and landed a few weeks apart in January 2004. Both of them were sent with one sole purpose. After reaching Mars, both of them were embarked on surface missions designed to last for about 90 Earth days, during which they hunted for signs of past water activity. This steady stream of photographs and data from Opportunity, and from its twin Spirit, which persisted until 2010, brought Mars closer to people on Earth. Because the rovers operated for so much longer than expected, NASA has now had a continuous robotic presence on Mars for most of the century. Some stunning discoveries. For Opportunity, evidence had been spotted from above by NASA's Viking 1 and Viking 2 orbiters, which photographed what appeared to be ancient river channels on the red planet's dusty surface. But Opportunity nailed it down. Data the rover gathered during its extensive travels also showed that we're not just talking about a puddle or a pond, but at least kilometer-scale bodies of water on the surface of Mars, according to one NASA scientist. An Opportunity's analysis of clay minerals on the planet's surface indicated that at least some of this ancient water, which flowed between 4 billion and 3.5 billion years ago, had a relatively neutral pH. That is, it wasn't overly acidic or basic. To put it simply, Opportunity gave the whole of humankind hope that the red planet may actually be habitable. Found possibility of life. Opportunity spent most of its time on Mars examining rock layers and craters. From 2011 to the end of its life in 2018, the rover explored the area around the Endeavour crater, which is 14 miles wide and at least 3.6 billion years old. Opportunity passed by the 10-million-year-old Orion crater in 2017. Orion sits on the western rim of the Endeavour crater and is just 90 feet wide. Opportunity captured this panorama of pictures using 3 kinds of light filters to capture near-infrared, green, and violet light. The image has been enhanced so that we can see differences in the surface material on Mars more clearly. Scientists think the rocks pictured here hint that Mars might have harbored life long ago, since there are signs that water moved through rocky cracks. That environment might have been habitable for microbes had it been on Mars long ago. Harsh environment caught up. Both Spirit and Opportunity kept roving long after their warranties expired. Spirit finally got bogged down in a sand trap in early 2010, As a result, the rover couldn't reorient itself to catch the sun during the approaching Martian winter and essentially froze to death. Opportunity avoided such pitfalls for 8 additional years, studying rocks on the rims of 4 different craters, as well as the Meridiani Planum Flats. Then came the dust storm. Between the dust storms and the cold, dark winters, Mars is a tough place to be a solar-powered machine. By 2014, Opportunity's solar panels looked much browner and dustier than they did when the rover landed. It made Opportunity get slower in performing tasks. The soil tests took just a couple of minutes to finish when Opportunity first arrived, but now it was taking days, even weeks, to provide the test results. In late May 2018, NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter saw a storm brewing near Opportunity's locale, on the rim of the 14-mile-wide Endeavour crater. The maelstrom grew quickly, engulfing the rover and eventually spreading to enshroud the entire planet. The thick, sunlight-blocking dust prevented the rover from recharging its batteries, and Opportunity went into a sort of hibernation, and it slept without being able to fire up its onboard heaters. A dangerous proposition on frigid Mars, where temperatures can drop enough to break soldering joints and other important pieces of internal hardware. From November to January, the red planet saw seasonal winds strong enough to wipe accumulated dust from Opportunity's solar panels, which is one of the major reasons the rover lasted so long in the first place. But when rover cleaning season came and went without signals from Opportunity, hopes that it had survived began to dim. On January 25th, the team sent Opportunity a set of last-ditch commands, hoping that the rover had fallen silent because of malfunctioning antenna and an internal clock on the Fritz. But the commands meant to fix this admittedly unlikely scenario didn't wake the rover. Seeing no response from Opportunity, after 15 years of crawling around Mars and beaming images of the red planet back to Earth, NASA's Opportunity rover was declared dead. The last view. NASA released the final image that Opportunity took before it started gasping its last breaths in an intense Martian dust storm. The 360-degree panorama was taken at Perseverance Valley, a system of shallow troughs descending the inner slope of Endeavour Crater, the locale that eventually became its extraterrestrial grave. A few frames of the panorama remained black and white because the dust storm swept in before Opportunity could image those areas using all of its color filters, NASA officials said. The mission team released the very last photos Opportunity ever took. 2 blurry, black and white thumbnails showing a tiny, faint sun in a dark and dusty sky. 5,111 days on Mars. Opportunity continued trundling across the Martian landscape. Instead of just 90 Martian days, Opportunity lasted 5,111, counting the days until its last transmission. A generation of planetary scientists grew up with Opportunity. It wasn't that easy to say farewell to the officials who were associated with the project. This is what Dr. Tanya Harrison tweeted. Spent the evening at JPL as the last ever commands were sent to the Opportunity rover on #Mars. There was silence. There were tears. There were hugs. There were memories and laughs shared. Opportunity ended his 15 years of journey with his last message. My battery is low and it's getting dark. That's all for now. I hope you've learned all about the last images of the Mars rover Opportunity. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and turn on notifications so you're up to date on the channel's updates. See you in the next video.